welcome back to a very hungover episode of Round Recap. We're recording this one on a Sunday afternoon, okay? Priorities and that. The Sharks' Manly game probably finished T-minus 2 minutes ago, okay? So we're recording this very immediately. Lots of good games, lots to talk about. Round 10 has blown me away. It is now my favourite round of rugby league this season. And we're creeping up on 2 rounds away from mid-season. Mid-season, right? 2 rounds away from being mid-season. But all that aside, we're going to jump into the Thursday night game, the Parramatta Eels versus the Redcliffe Dolphins. I don't know why I did that. Let me just settle into this, all right? So, Parramatta Eels versus the Dolphins. Good game, guys. This was a really good game, all right? That's going to be the narrative for practically this whole video, apart from Sunday, right? Close games, out the door. Parramatta versus Dolphins. A lot of good moments. My takeaways from the game, would probably have to be that, and this is sort of applies to the majority of the round, the team that took the lead to start lost the game. So Parramatta kick it off with a was it Bailey Simonson? I think a Bailey Simonson. All right. And then yeah. I can't remember all the too many moments from this game. I know Lemieux scored, Bailey Simonson scored. Man, I can't even think. Jack Bostock. Jack Bostock's first try scorer. So I'm wrong. I'm completely wrong. All right. So the Dolphins took the lead and they won the game. Jackie Bostock scores first, then maybe Bailey Simonson. I think there was no hammer in there, which is upsetting. You know, I can actually tell you all right now. Instead of playing all these guessing games, huh? Jack Bostock, Lemieux, Herbie Farmworth. Oh, the Herbie try was a great one. And then Matt Dury, and Dylan Brown. I actually needed to do that for this game. The Thursday night games are always... I can't remember them because they're so long ago. But now that's jogged my brain, okay? Really great game. Tight the whole time. First half was pretty poo. Just like the footy wasn't great and it was tight, yeah, but it was just, the footy wasn't great. It was pretty hard to watch. Second half, on the other hand, you know, you had the big Herbie try. 4 points ahead in that. And Addo-Carr, you know, the Dolphins got tired. Addo-Carr kept making breaks up that edge. He just keeps making line breaks. I think he did 2 in the span of like 4 minutes. And he gets pulled up and then, you know, gets the ball to Dylan Brown and you know, me personally, I was holding out for an Iongi. The last leg of a multi, all right? Bailey Simonson, Iongi, and Lemieux. And holding on to that Iongi, and I get up and I'm sitting in my chair and I'm, yeah, go son, go! And it just, you know, it was poo. It was just poo. Dylan Brown scores, and then when the same sort of thing happens again, Dylan Brown knocks the ball on, right? And that's game. That's the Thursday night game. Dolphins win, 4 points. The lead. Both teams showed a lot of resilience. Not much else to say. I think the Eels are missing Lomax. They do need Lomax back in the squad. So yeah, but shout out the Dolphins. Good win, strong win at Combank Stadium. Knights versus Titans. Guys, this was a great game. I didn't watch all of it, all right? I seen the last 20 minutes because I seen the Knights winning and I was like, dude, I hate the Knights. I hate the Knights, okay? There might be clips of me online saying that I don't mind the Knights, all right? But they're all fake. It's all AI. It's ChatGPT. I hate the Knights, all right? No, I don't hate the Knights. But I'm just salty they flogged our New South Wales Cup side at Magic Round. Yeah, the Knights 20 plus, 20 nil, first and second half and that. Next minute, the Titans make the biggest comeback in club history. If you didn't know that, it's a cheeky little fact stat. The Titans make the biggest comeback in club history. 20 points, making it 24-0. And AJ Brimson certainly sticks his head out for a possible player of the round. Right, Fighting Field Insights player of the round. Because 2 tries, he really was the one who brought the game from the death, back from the brink of death. He scores the game-winning try, little chip and chase, I think. I think it was him who chipped, anyway. Shout out this game. This was a really good game. This was a tight, close game. I think Titans deserve to win. I have Titans tipped here. Newcastle are just shit, man. Newcastle suck, okay? And if there's any source of me saying I'm a Newcastle fan online, alright, that's AI. That's not real. Up next, bro. Glory, glory to South Sydney. Glory, glory to South Sydney. Glory, glory to South Sydney. South Sydney marches on. How you like that? How you like that? Guys, I said it in Punter's Playbook, alright? I didn't pull out the slippers for nothing. Alright? Punter's Playbook, I said it, alright? I had a weird feeling that we were going to jump them. I had a weird feeling that we were going to jump the Broncos on sacred grounds, right? A core stadium, home territory. I thought we were going to jump them. The first half wasn't looking that way, all right? The first half was looking like a bit of a mauling, all right? What are some takeaways from the first half? Jordan Ricky, of all people, scores first. Dean Mariner scores in the corner. They kick a penalty, 2 points. It was just poo. Both sides were playing shit footy. The Rabbits looked like poo, making error after error. The Broncos looked like poo. They were making a lot of errors. I was like, I wasn't invested, man. I was like, I'm going to watch my team lose to a poo team. We're just pooer. Second half, man. Wayne Bennett went into them sheds. And I'm at this point in my rugby league career, my rugby league analysis career, okay? At this point, I believe Wayne Bennett doesn't even talk to these guys, okay? He just walks into the shed and just puts his hand on their shoulder and just like looks them into the eye and just goes, just gives them a firm nod and just squeezes the shoulder as he nods. That's all he does. He just walked up to every man in the sheds and just like grabbed LeBlanc by the shoulder and just. But when he got up to Latrell, grabs him by the shoulder, firm shoulder grip, probably both shoulders, firm shoulder grips, and just like sort of rests his forehead on Trell's forehead, sort of like they're doing a hungy. Trell and Latrell and Wayne Bennett did a hungy. No, but seriously, that's how Wayne Bennett just, both hands on either shoulder and just pressed his forehead softly against Latrell's and just sort of like sat there for a bit and just like telepathically transferred the game plan into Latrell. Out we come into the second half, all right? Here comes the greatest rugby league Rabbitohs half in a decade, okay? We get out there and there was just a vibe on the field, all right? I just felt something that I didn't feel in the first half, all right? And that was Havili. Savila Havili scoring the first try, just burrows his way over, all right? Like a true rabbit. Just digs his way across the line. I love him. Puma. I tend to call him Puma from Timon and Puma, all right? Just burrows his way over the line. Scores the first try for the Rabbits. And then that's when the morale started to boost, okay? Then they put Jai Gray out there. The little general himself, he makes the field, all right? Adam Reynolds and Jai Gray having a little general off. And they put him in at number 9, sniffing around. Hooker, sniffing around the road. Just doing his job. Because Jai Gray, come on the show, by the way. Before I go any further, Jai Gray, come on the show. We need you, brother. Jai Gray he's a company man. He just does what he needs to do to get his team a win, and that's what he did. All right, gets the ball up that side of the field. Boom, off to Isaiah Tass. As poor as Isaiah Tass is, I think I had to give him props. Great try, Isaiah Tass scores a try. Boom. It's 12-14 from a game that looked like we were going to get humped, turned into 12-14, and we were knocking on the door. Big moment late. Dean Mariner makes a break. It wasn't even late. There's still time to play. Dean Mariner makes a break up the edge. No one's there. No one's got him. All of a sudden, that double shoulder grip and the forehead to forehead from Wayne Bennett to Latrell Mitchell pays off. Latrell, back fence Latrell. I don't even know what I'm talking about. He just comes from the other side of the field like the Terminator and just wraps up Dean Mariner around the legs. Perfect. All right, pitch perfect tackle around the legs, drags him into touch. Come on. Latrell Mitchell gets up limping. Yeah. Back on the field. All right. I'm gonna glaze Latrell Mitchell for a bit here. All right. You probably could have understood that this is where it was going. And then we get the footy back. We get back down that field back there. Dude, I can't even talk. I'm so hungover. We get back down there into the field, and boom, penalty. Oh, 2 points. We're wrapped up. We're locked up. It's 14-all. And there's faint whispers of golden point, right? But there was still time to play. There was still like 7 or 8 minutes to play. And, you know, the commentary, we're hearing a lot of talks. You know, oh, Latrell, he's going to kick it. I think Renault got up there and he tried to even get a kick in. He doesn't get it. They're talking about it on the footy show right now, lad. They're talking about it on the footy show right now. That's how great this moment was. Wow, that's such timing, all right? Latrell, halfway, 48 metres, whatever, 50 metres, kicks a fucking 2-point field goal in the misty Accor Stadium rain. All right, the sacred grounds were weeping for the Broncos. Kicks a field goal in the rain, and the ball hadn't even gone through, and he turns around and he walks away. He turns around and he walks away. And it wasn't even over, okay? Yeah, I'm wearing footy shorts and a blazer, okay? I'm hungover, alright? It wasn't... The ball hadn't gone through and he turned around and he walked away. And that moment right there is going to go down in club history. Another quick fat stat for you guys. Latrell Mitchell is the first Rabbitoh to ever kick a game-winning 2-point field goal. So, there you go, quick stat. Guys. And then, you know, you had the moment there at the end where he plays a bit of tomfoolery and slips over the line for a try, making it 22-14. Great game. My game of the round. I'm sorry. I don't know. There's probably more to talk about. This mightn't be a game of the round. On to the next one. Canberra Raiders versus the Bulldogs. The trend continues. 20-0. 20-0. Right? Same deal as Knights. 20-0 in the first half. Second half, the Bulldogs just start putting them together. Stephen Crichton sets up nearly 3 tries out on that edge. You know, gets one through himself, gets one to Salmon. The weak-gutted dog. And the tries just kept coming. They just kept flowing in. So, this was a cool game. The Doggies made a statement here. I had the Doggies tipped. If you guys watch Tipper's Playbook, okay, I thought the Doggies were getting a little bit underestimated here. And if you followed the cash cow board, obviously it's not on there right now, but the cash cow board, the Doggies were in my cash cows. So, yeah, this was a good game. All right, I don't know. I'm not going to dwell on this one. Right, I'm not going to over like. What's the word I'm even looking for? I don't even know English right now. Right? I'm not gonna try and blow this game up when we had this amazing one, all right? So, good game, right? Great game. A lot of storyline here. And big game, big moments, big results. Dragons versus Warriors. Another tight game. Another real close game. Warriors lead early first half. 14-4 first half. Dragons come out. They get a few tries, all right? 2 weeks in a row, Leka Halasima has been the last leg on a multi that's going to make me big money. And he doesn't score. Medi cooks up and kicks a little field goal, making it 15-14. This is a cool game. I'm an honorary Wars fan, all right, and I'm loving the Wars on a run, all right? Another fact, stat, The Wars, right, haven't been on a 4-game winning streak since 2023, right? So we're back, right? This was a good game. This is a great game, mainly because Volkanovski handed the ball to Damien Cook to start the match. So Volk was there, Zelezniak was there, Kurt Capewell was playing in the centres. A lot of big moments, okay? A lot of things we love. Yeah, this was a cool game. This was a really cool game. Not much else to say. Cowboys Penrith. Wow. A draw. Oh! A draw at Queensland Country Bank Stadium, Townsville. A draw. Dude, I did say in Punters Playbook that Penrith often struggle with the cows in Townsville. They often struggle with the cows in Townsville. Okay? And it's rugby league and it's simple. Okay? These are all waiting for me to say that. It's rugby league and it's simple. Okay? And I just knew that the Penrith Panthers weren't going to beat the Cowboys. So 30-all. 30-all is the end result. We had 2 halves of golden point extra time. Neither teams could kick a field goal. The Iceman wasn't icing, all right? There was poo in the Iceman's veins. There was no ice in his veins. There was poo in his veins. It was a good game. It was a great game. Both teams were just going after it. Blaze Talungi scores a try. Tom Dearden scores a try. I think. Not sure. But anyway, you know who didn't score a try? Brian Toto. Last leg of a multi in that. So this week on the blacklist is Leka Halasima again. Welcome back. And Brian Toto. How are you going to be like the staple for a winger in the NRL and not score a try against the Cowboys? Come on. The Milky Bar kid of all people scored. On to today, right? Present day. The Storm absolutely murder the Tigers, 64-0. Biggest scoring differential all year. Amy Park, right? If you're the team who's got to get fed to the Melbourne Storm and Amy Park after a loss, I feel so sorry for you, okay? So sorry for you. 64-0 is brutal. It's not like the Tigers are a pushover club this year either. The Tigers have been playing really good footy. Like, what were the Tigers? The Tigers were on what? 2-game winning streak? Little 2-game trot, 3-game trot? The Storm just stomped them. 64-0. It almost just looked like the Storm were playing against a resi local footy club. It was brutal, guys. I don't have much to touch on. Pappy scores 4 tries. Yeah, there's a lot of players who could be running for Fighting Field Insights Player of the Round this week. This very hungover week of footy. Manly Seagulls lose 14 to 30 against Cronulla Sharks. The Beaches. The Battle of the Beaches. And that. 4 Points Park. You guys know my great rugby league theory. The same team can't beat you twice. In 6, 7, 8, 10, 9 rounds, whatever. But this is where the theory died, and I think it's because it's round 10. Alright? I think my theory probably only works up until round 7, and then it doesn't work after that. So, Cronulla beat Manly again. Manly have a terrible win record at their own ground against Cronulla, so... Yeah, 30 to 14. That's brutal. That game, this video being recorded, it's probably only just ended. They're talking about it on the footy show now. You know, Connor Watson and that. Yeah, brutal. Brutal game. Manly just can't catch a break. Just when you think they're going to get a win, rested, off a bye, got Gerbo back. Just looks like Olakawatu's, firing. They've got Turbo. They got all the Urbo brothers out there. And they still can't beat the Sharks at Brooky. So, brutal scenes. That's all of them. Roosters had the bye. Boo, the Roosters. Great round of footy. Everyone's favourite segment. The Fighting Field Insights Game of the Round. Fighting Field Insights Player of the Round. Look, Game of the Round is hard because, look, one good game, close game. 2 good game, close game. 3 good game, close game, great game, close game. 4 good game. Wouldn't say it's necessarily close game. I would say it's close game. 5 good game, close game. 6 good game, close game. And then 2 blowouts on a Sunday. So it's really hard to choose. Common sense would probably have to say a draw because that's a lot of good footy. But Hey, I like a result. I like a winner, all right? And there was no winner here, okay? This one was a good one, but... and I'll cop this one on the chin. Team bias. I'm taking South Sydney versus Broncos at a core stadium. This is my game of the round. It's tight footy. It's comeback footy. It's close footy. It's Latrell Mitchell kicking a 50-metre field goal in the rain, turning around for a ball or even gone through the post. That's what it is, rugby league. And it's simple. Congratulations, the South Sydney Rabbitohs, my club, and congratulations, the Brisbane Broncos. You two are the newest members of an elite winning circle of Game of the Round. So, congratulations, Rabbitohs and Broncos. You win this week's Fight Food Insights Game of the Round, round 10. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. Yeah. Also, the shib's gone because we didn't get a shib. Shib didn't score, so the shib's gone. That's a Punters Playbook reference if you guys watch Punters Playbook. And then, not scurry too far from the nest, guys, there was a lot of good players. You know, as I said, AJ Brimson played great footy. Herbie Farnworth and Katoa played a great game. Trying to think. Stephen Crichton played actually a really good game. Wade Egan played a good game, I guess. I think. I'm not sure. I can't actually remember too much of this one. You know, I'm sure there was a lot of good players between this one. Pappenhausen with 4 tries. But come on, guys. When in 2 years' time someone brings up 2025 round 10, what are we going to be talking about? Are we going to be talking about the draw between the Cowboys and the Panthers? Are we going to be talking about AJ Brimson winning from 20-0? Are we going to be talking about Stephen Crichton getting another win? No, we're going to be talking about Latrell Mitchell, all right, and Wayne Bennett communicating telepathically, and Latrell Mitchell kicking a 50-yard field goal in the rain, not even looking at that, not even seeing if the ball had gone through in that. Cold, aura, walking away, head down, shaking in anger. Yeah! That's who we're going to be talking about. So congratulations, South Sydney's own Latrell Mitchell. You are Fight Fit Insights Player of the Round, round 10. And honestly, guys, I am so happy that we have a South Sydney player to bolster the ranks. All right, we know Jamie Humphries, I believe, has scored a Fight Field Insights Player of the Round. Not sure. I'm going to have to go back and check the vids. But Latrell Mitchell, you are round 10 Fight Field Insights Player of the Round. Congratulations. We'll get that medal, mate. I'm sent out as quick as possible for you, my brother. Yeah, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Next week's round 11, and then we got the State of Origin. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, look at all these teams on a bye. We're in there as one of them. So, yeah, round 11 looks like a good one, guys. I will be at Suncorp Stadium for the Warriors Dolphins game. I will be there front row supporting my honorary team, my honorary second team. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and go check out my socials. I've got an Instagram and a TikTok, all right? I do a little bit here and there, all right? They're not the most active things, but I try to do what I can. But, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of Round Recap, where we talk rugby league.
Hey, if you give me a quick shout out, can you look at the camera and say, Jai Gray, please come on the show.
Jai Gray, please come on the show, mate. You're a great ambassador for the game. Please come on.
Cheers, guys.